So, 2 years ago, I was at Civitella Ranieri, which is this incredible dreamland where artists are occasionally allowed to go to imagine that they deserve the life that they get to live for a week or however long it is. And I was working on this thing called Let Them Eat Chaos, and it was sprawling, long, it was badly formed, it was just an idea, but I had this space to start working it out. And I shared it as a poem in its entirety for the first time 2 years ago at Civitella Ranieri in the library. And since that time, I've travelled all over the world touring it. I've been to all over Europe, Rome, down the road, and America, and all kinds of things. And this is the last time tonight, although I did say that last time I performed it, but this is the last time tonight that I'm going to tell this poem. It feels like I'm closing the circuit. I finished a lot of new things this time at Civitella, and I'm ready to move on. So it feels quite apt that we're in an extremely beautiful kind of operatic space. And I feel really lucky to be able to do this. So I'm just going to ask all those performances and all those times that I told this poem to just come and be in the room with me. And if it gets too much, and it's just too much English, too much South East London English, you can just raise your hands and I'll just shut up. Or you can just leave. Actually, it's probably better if you just go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and all my favourite ones in between, this is Let Them Eat Chaos. Picture a vacuum, an endless and unmoving blackness. Peace, or the absence, at least, of terror. Now see, in amongst all that space, the speck of light in the furthest corner, gold as a pharaoh's coffin. Now follow that light with your tired eyes. It's been a long day, I know, but look, watch as it flickers and then roars into fullness and fills the whole frame, blazing a fire you can't bear the majesty of. Here is our sun, and see how the planets are dangled around it and held in that intricate dance. There is our earth, our earth. Its blueness soothes the sharp burn in your eyes. Its contours remind you of love, that soft roundness, the comfort of ocean and landmass. Picture the world, older than she ever thought she could get. She looks at herself as she spins, arms loaded with the trophies of her most successful child. The pylons and mines, the power plants shimmer in her still, cool breath. Now, is that a smile that plays across her lips? Or is it the tremor of dread? Is it the sadness of mothers as they watch the fates of their children unfold? In now, in. Kaleidoscopic vision, the colours like drugs in your belly churning, your skin pulled loose as a pup's, shaken and flattened, and everything's flashing, and the waves are magnified as they roll up towards you, and you're tiny as sand, just a speck. Now as you approach the surface, all of that peace that you felt is replaced with this furious, never-known passion. You're feeling the people. Their faces are bright in your blood. You are feeling. You want to be close to them, closer, because these are your species, your kindred. Where have you landed? Uncurl yourself. Stand up and look at your limbs, all intact, clothed in the fashion. This is a city. Let's call her London. And these are the only times you have known. Is this what it's come to, you think? What am I to make of all this? Now, at any given moment, in the middle of a city, there's a million epiphanies occurring. In the blurring of the world beyond the curtain and the world within the person, there's a quivering. The litter in the alleyway is singing. People meet by chance, fall in love, drift apart again. Underage drinkers walk the park, watch the dark descend. The workers watch the clocks and they fiddle with their Parker pens, while the grandmothers haggle with the market men here, where the kids play and laugh until they fall apart. It's kiss, chase and dancing till it's mistakes and darkened rooms. Too fast, too soon, too slow, too long. We move around all day, but we can't move on. Is anybody else awake? Will it ever be day again? Is anybody else awake? Will it ever be day again? Overflowing plant pots, fence posts, decorated door numbers, motorbike beneath a tarp, beaten up punto, goalposts painted on them green garage doors. There's a rainbow on that wheelie bin. There's stickers in that window. Smart flats, rough flats, can't get enough cat flats, 17 cat flaps, rich flats, broke flats, new flats, old flats, luxury bespoke flats, and this has got to be a joke flats. Pensioners, toddlers, immigrants and Englishmen, family of 6 kids, single businesswoman. Everybody's here trying to make or scrape a living. The fox freezes on the alley wall and stands still, sniffing. Bare branches sway in the front garden. The lion-mouthed door knocker flaps in the breeze. Street lights glint on the beware of the dog sign. Beer cans and crisp packets dance with the dead leaves. It's 4:18 a.m. and at this very moment, on this very street, 7 different people in 7 different flats are wide awake. They can't sleep. Now, of all these people in all of these houses, only these 7 are awake, and they shiver in the middle of the night, counting their sheepish mistakes. Is anybody else awake? Will it ever be day again? Is anybody else awake? Will it ever be day again? So we start on the corner with our backs to the wall, next to the old phone box where the tramp leaves his bedding. The road runs ahead of you. There's houses and flats either side. Go ahead, walk down it. You go past the yard with the caravans there behind the hedges. Now look, here, in the house opposite, black gatepost with a concrete frog squatting on top of it. Through the hallway, ancient wallpaper, nicotine gold. Up the stairs, rickety, loaded with history. Here in the top flat, flowers in the windowsill, little breeze fluttering the petals as they stare out at the city streets. Now Gemma is awake. What woke her? Open eyes. Street lights float slowly through broken blinds. She watches the light play across her tattered carpet, and she holds herself tight in the room's half darkness. It's cold. Gemma wedges her hands underneath her armpits. It's 4:18, and Gemma's thinking. Before I was an adult, I was a little wreck, peddling whatever I could get my grubby mitts on. Ketamine for breakfast, bad girls for drinking with. I gave them puppy dog eyes for the acid on their fingertips. Heads in the base bin, lips without faces, getting feisty. Half-baked in the bakery, eating pastries. Desperate for a body who could save me. But I never really wanted what they gave me. Always wanted something else. Sweating in the dole queue, spitting like a villain in a pantomime. Old shoes, bad teeth, drinking in the rain with my ghosts. Sitting in the back of the class, comatose. Villains on my back in the dark, hold me close, but you never held. I did some things I swore I'd never tell. That night you tried to kill me, run me down with your car in the snow, and didn't realize how far you would go. Every day I've lived lives in the day I wake up in. My dreams are all screaming and fucked, but I'm fine now. Something remains, it's still pulling me. Yes, my future is bright, but my past trying to ruin me. I tried to change it, but I know if you're good to me, I will let you go. I tried to fight it, but I'm sure if you're bad to me, I will like you more. Tried to change it, but I know if you're good to me, I will let you go. Tried to fight it, but I'm sure If you're bad to me, I will like you more. I saw some things when I was young that made me who I would become. I feel them with me every day, cause if you try and run away, they run beside you pace for pace, trip you up and drag your face through the mud of every wasted chance and every bitter taste. My heart is sprayed up with the names of all my friends who lost their way. Doesn't change, it all remains. It takes my strength and gives me shame. And all I want is someone great to make me everything I ain't. But the only ones for me are the ones that shouldn't be. Even though I'm doing good, I'm working hard, my work is strong. It might be fun just for a night to go back where my hurt is from. Rinse myself to emptiness and push my body close to anybody who can recognize the presence of my ghost. Tried to change it, but I know if you're good to me, I will let you go. I tried to fight it, but I'm sure if you're bad to me, I will like you more. I tried to change it, but I know if you're good to me, I will let you go. I tried to fight it, but I'm sure if you're bad to me, I will like you more. Now in the basement flat, by the garages, where the people dump their mattresses, Esther's in her kitchen, making sandwiches. The slats on her blinds are all wonky and skewed. You can see the top of her head from the street before she moves out of view to kick her boots off tired feet. Esther wipes her forehead with her wrist. She's just back from a double shift. Esther's a carer. She's doing nights. Behind her on the kitchen wall, there is a black and white image of swallows in flight. Her eyes are sore, her muscles ache. She cracks a beer and swigs it. She holds it to her thirsty lips and necks it till it's finished. It's 4:18 a.m. again. Esther's brain is full from all she's done that day. And she knows that she won't sleep a wink until the sun is on its way. Now she is worried about the world tonight. In fact, Esther is worried all the time. She does not know how she's supposed to even try and put the worry from her mind. Europe is lost. America, lost. London, lost. Still we are clamoring victory. All that is meaningless rules, and we have learned nothing from history. The people are dead in their lifetimes, dazed in the shine of the streets. But look how the traffic's still moving. The system's too slick to stop working. Business is good, man. There's bands every night in the pubs, and it's 2-for-1 drinks in the clubs. Oh, we scrubbed up well. We washed off the work and the stress, and now all we want's some excess. Better yet, a night to remember that we'll soon forget. All of the blood that was bled for these cities to grow. All of the bodies that fell. The roots that were dug from this earth so these games could be played. I see it tonight in the stains of my hands. These buildings are screaming. I can't ask for help here. Nobody knows me. Hostile, worried, lonely, we move in our packs. And these are the rights we were born to. Working and working so we can be all that we want. Then dancing the drudgery off. But even the drugs have got boring. Well, sex is still good when you get it. To sleep, to dream, to keep the dream in reach. To each a dream. Now don't weep, don't scream, just keep it in. Keep sleeping in. But what we gonna do to wake up? I feel the cost of it pushing my body. Like I push my hands into pockets and softly I walk and I see it. This is all we deserve. The wrongs of our past have resurfaced despite all we did to vanquish the traces. Please, my very language is tainted with all that we stole to replace it with this. I am quiet, feeling the onset of riot. But riots are tiny, man, and systems are huge. Traffic keeps moving, proving there's nothing to do. Cause it's big business, baby, and its smile is hideous. Top-down violence, structural viciousness. Our kids are dosed up on prescriptions and sedatives, but don't worry about that, guys. Worry about the terrorists. The water level's rising, the water level's rising. The animals, the elephants, the polar bears are dying. Stop crying, start buying. But what about the oil spill? Shh. No one likes a party pooping spoil sport. Massacres, 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 new shoes. Ghettoized children murdered in broad daylight by those employed to protect them. Live porn streamed to your preteen's bedroom. Glass ceiling, no headroom. Half a generation live beneath the breadline. Oh, but it's alright, it's happy hour on the high street. Friday night at last, lads, it's my treat. All went fine till that kid got glassed in the last bar. Place went nuts, you can ask Arlo, it was a madness. The road ran red, pure claret. I want about them immigrants, he can't stand them. Mostly I mind my own business. They're only coming over here to get rich, it's a sickness. England, England, patriotism, and you wonder why kids want to die for religion. It goes work all your life for a pittance. Maybe you'll make it to manager. Pray for a raise, cross the beige days off on your beach babe calendar. The anarchists are desperate for something to smash. Scandalous pictures of fashionable rappers in glamorous magazines. I mean, who is dating who? Politico cash in an envelope. Caught sniffing lines off a prostitute's prosthetic tits. It was back to the House of Lords with slap wrists. They abduct kids. They fuck their heads off dead pigs. But him in the hoodie with a couple of spliffs, jail him, he's the criminal. It's the bored of it all generation. The product of product placement and manipulation. Shoot 'em up, brutal, duty of care. Come on, new shoes, beautiful hair. Bullshit, saccharine ballads, and selfies and selfies and selfies. Here's me, outside the palace of me. Construct a self and psychosis, and meanwhile the people were dead in their droves. And nobody noticed. No, wait, my mistake, everybody noticed. I could tell by the fucking emojis we posted. Sleep like a gloved hand covers our eyes. The lights are so nice and so bright, so let's dream. But some of us are stuck like stones in the slipstream. What am I gonna do to wake up? What am I gonna do to wake up? We are lost, we are lost, we are lost. And still nothing will stop, nothing pauses. We have ambitions and friendships and courtships to think of, divorces to drink off the thought of. The money, the oil, the planet is shaken and spoiled. Your life is a plaything, a garment to soil. The toil, the toil. I can't see an ending at all, only the end. So tell me, how is this something to cherish when the tribesmen are dead in their deserts? To make room for alien structures, develop, kill what you find if it threatens you. No trace of love in the hunt for the bigger buck. Here in a land where nobody gives a fuck. What am I gonna do to wake up? What am I gonna do to wake up? Now across the green, in the flats with the colourful curtains, Alicia is wrapped in her blankets. Her head's leant back on the wall. She's shaking and nervous. She's gripping her knees. She is looking for purpose. Now Alicia keeps a brave face on all day long. But right now, the brave face has gone. Something in the changing season prickled in her skin all day, sucked her back through time and left her feeling far away. 'Cause he was in her dream. She hasn't dreamt of him for months. She's so tired when she sleeps, she doesn't really dream at all, but there he was. Holding his belly, he had blood on his shirt. She heard him scream her name and then she saw him fall. So Alicia wipes her face and she whispers to herself, was just a dream. She sniffs and nods and dries her eyes. She checks the time. It's 4:18. It's a strange thing. Your face seems to fade with the changing season. Then for some reason it comes back, more present than ever. Not your face really, more a sense of you. Even though I know it's happened, it's no more comprehensible than if it was an abstract thing, someone else's friend. Are you asking me for something? Is there something I should do? This is hard on your mother. She lost your little brother too, but your sister's doing good, man. She's smart like you. And she'll finish her degree next year. Try and find a job, I suppose. Got her head screwed on right, you don't have to worry. But is there something else though? Because if there is, I'm sorry. I can't really think what you might want from me. I heard your voice so loud, it woke me up. I don't believe in ghosts. Work's fine. Life's good. Ty's nearly 4 now, smart enough to walk round and hear what I don't say. The night it happened is vivid in my brain, it won't fade. Life is long still, some things don't change. Nice to fall in love again, that ain't gonna happen soon. Trying to get some money saved, fix up the living room. I nearly got in trouble, I got angry with my manager. There's this young girl who works with us, he tried to put his hands on her. It's such a waste. So many idiots alive and kicking, why'd it have to be the only sane man in town? Probably only saying that because you're not around. I'm keeping my chin up, man. I don't let it get me down. It's just I heard your voice so loud, it woke me up. I don't believe in ghosts. You're just with me all the time. I think I know you better than I did when we were hanging out together. What's it like where you've gone? I can feel it, it's okay, I know you can't say. It's just that you've been with me all day. I have to tell you, when it happened, I couldn't cry for ages. And then it hit me, and I screamed like a lion in a cage. Look, man, I fasted. I didn't eat a thing for like a week. I just walked across the heath in the rain, spitting bars at the grass, listening to the cars skidding past. I thought life would get more real or something, more fast, but it didn't. When I look at your son, though, life's hidden meanings come to the front of my vision. And it's weird, the way I see it right now, it's so strong. I'd never be the person I'd become if you had never gone. Everything's connected, right? Everything's connected. And even if I can't read the signs, I know that everything's a message. We die so that others can be born. We age so that others can be young. The point of life is live, love if you can, and pass it on, right? We die so that others can be born. And we age so that others can be young. The point of life is live, love if you can, then pass it on. Love at all costs, then pass it on. Love if you can, then pass it. Well, now who's this? Staggering home, jabbering, looking like some street smart, arrogant gnome. Feet sticking to the curbs like javelins thrown, gesturing wildly, having full-blown conversations with himself, saying, haven't you grown, to his face in the windows, grimacing, grappling with half a cigarette, not managing. This is Pete. Pete grew up on this street. He moved away. He's back living at his dad's so he can save. Now, Pete rigs stages at live events, but every time he gets paid, he gets wasted. And he wakes up with less than he made, and he hates it. But that's life, right? Fast-paced, shit-faced, low maintenance. And all of his mates are kind of on the same page, you know. Basic wages, takes ages to get through the month, but then payday comes, and it's drinks all round, outrageous behaviour, living right now, no sense of later, pills by the pocketful. Nights last days. And even if he never splashed out, he still couldn't make the rent on his own place. Face it. So now it's 4:18, and Pete is 14 doors from home. And his thoughts are like a pack of starving dogs fighting over the last bone. No, anyway. What was I saying? Fuck it, wait, hold on, I'm coming up, mate. Good night, weren't it? Must have been burnt too much on the good stuff, lucky me. I looked up, I saw my future unravel in the lights. Funny, innit? I'll have that sinking feeling any minute. But you can't win a race unless you're running in it, right? Can't get a taste unless you've taken a bite. Man, I'm climbing up the walls. Things are getting difficult. It's all take. I start early, work late. Putting in the hours for these drugs tokens. Love's a joke when your blood's pulsing, but love is real when you start choking. I'm double dropping in the vast ocean. Stay to me, mate. Basically the way I was made. You see, I've been getting on it since back in the day. Good place for a bad time, if you ask me. Trust me, nothing gets past me. Bad place for a good time, if you know what I mean. I never met no one like you. This feels like a dream. Whoops. Back here again. How many times have I sworn it's the end? Whoops. I know this feeling, shoveling the rubbish till I'm staring at the ceiling. Whoops, dancing to a shit tune, hands in the air when it hits you. Whoops, I'm lying in my bed and my brain is eating my head. You see, I got these demons that I can't shake. My past is a vast place, I can't get away. Life got grim back then, like it does. Do you know how it feels to lose people you love? I like talking to you like this. You want to come back? Couple drinks, something like that. I got a gram on the nightstand. I got an 8 for Squidgy Black. I got a feeling that we're going to be friends. I got a song, I want to play it to you. I got a dream, I'm going to make it happen. I got this thing, I've got to say it to you. You see, I've been writing lyrics, it's a thing that I do. Would you mind if I shared one with you? Oh, of course not, right, sorry, this time of night, sorry. Always end up spouting the same old shite, sorry. Reminds me of this time I was trying to find my mind in the back of this rave. And this kid was spilling blood all over the place. And I was looking out for someone to save or be saved by. And I found a paper plate and I started writing. And it felt fucking great. And I knew then, me and the pen, we were one and the same. But I can't take the strain of the days. I'm pretty sure I'm halfway to insane. You got such a nice face, and your eyes are like rain. I'd try and kiss you if I could just remember your name. Whoops. Back here then, suppose. Don't watch the state of my nose. Whoops, my jaw's gone west. I started getting pains in my chest. Whoopsie, there goes my promise. All it took was 2 drinks till I got on it. Whoops, I swear this person isn't me. But we did have fun, no, didn't we? Didn't we? Didn't we? Now above Pete's head, as he fumbles with his key, the clouds get dark, start brawling. War games, ancient faces, pushing each other around. The sky is changing. A foaming storm is coming, a howling mist, a growling downpour. But Pete don't see it. Pete's too busy trying to make his key fit. Can't quite get it right. Meanwhile, in their rooms, Alicia and Esther and Gemma are too concerned with their own thoughts to think about the weather. But we see the sky like furious ink. Thick liquid sinks and whips the wind. A pitch-shifted rumble screams from the swollen grin. There's a big storm rolling in. We came from the 4 corners. We are the raw waters that course. The 4 horsemen will drink from the water that pours. We carry the river, the reservoir, the residue, the rising waves, the sea spray, the inevitable churn and crush. Many voices in our vapors, we surge and gush. We were steam in a distant heat. We moved rapid over landscape, gathering speed. Desert land, city, forest and beach. Heading for the people asleep, ready to bleed. Unleash the torrents, come clean. We carry many lessons, let the water teach. But you better learn to swim or you'll get caught beneath. There is a hard rain falling on all the half-hearted, hard-formed, fast-walking, half-fury, half-boredom, hard-talking. Yes, we're half dead from exhaustion. Yes, we're hard-pushed. Yes, the puddles keep forming. Don't fall in. Now, some saw us in their tea leaves. Some felt us in their knees. Most left it to the weathermen to tell them there was nothing to see. Now you can play dumb and ignore for so long, but we've been in the mountains getting strong. And we've seen you filling up the sky with your fumes, sitting in your rooms like you're all that ever lived, heads down to the lives of the others in your towns, running from the rains like you've never been kissed, man. Leave your possessions and funds. Tell your friends that you've gone to make peace with the things you've never done. Come and dance in the deluge, spill like the flood. The weather vane swings, things will never change. Sing all the money men who close their eyes and pretend that these rumbles must be low plains. It's so strange. There is a hard rain falling on all the half-hearted, half-formed, fast-walking, half-fury, half-boredom, hard-talking. Yes, we are half dead from exhaustion. Yes, we're hard-pushed. Yes, the puddles keep forming. Don't fall in. Now they will run to the highest hill, consult the old books, Ask the dead mystics for wisdom they don't trust. The people will flock to the garages, stockpile canisters of gasoline, tinned fish and bandages. They will count the seconds between the thunder and the lightning, scared of every other body running round, frightened. Can't carry on like this, they will mutter, staring with disgust at the people weeping in the gutter. We made no trouble, we played by the rules. We worked double shifts to get our kids through school. Yeah, but you were so focused on your own little part. You went ploughing on blind in the dark. No heart. Now, we're not the dread storm that will end things. We're just your playful, gale-force friend in these end times. Come to remind you that you're not an island. Life is much broader than borders. But who can afford to think over the walls of this fortress? Of course, it's important to provide roof and floorboards for you and yours. Yes, be secure in your fortunes. But you're more than the 3 or 4 you'd go to war for. You're part of a people who need your support, and whose world is it if it belongs to the corporates? The people are left on the doorstep, door shut, nauseous and tortured by all that they lost. There is a hard rain falling on all the hard-hearted, hard-formed, fast-walking, half fury, half boredom, hard talking. Yes, we're half dead from exhaustion. Yes, we're hard pushed. Yes, the puddles keep forming. Don't fall in. Don't fall in. Don't fall in. Now, on the 2nd floor of the new build block with the yellow door, right next to the boarded up independent record store, Bradley is awake. Bradley's watching notches on his clock face. He's lying there thinking. His limbs are like fallen buildings, and he feels like every single day he's ever lived is out to kill him. Bradley's got a good job. He works in PR. He moved south a few months back. Top whack flat, all mod cons, got them wall-size windows. Bradley's a Manchester boy, done good in the big smoke. Young professional, single, Tinder and flings. Life seems simpler than it's ever been. He's doing well. He's living the dream. And he's paying his mortgage off. Bradley doesn't know why he's not sleeping at nights. He could get up, try and walk it off, but he's got to get to work in a matter of hours. Is he awake or asleep? He can't tell, he can't feel, he can't dream, he can't scream. He just stares at the screen. It says 4:18, and life's just a thing that he does. Bradley rolls over. Cold pillow, warm body. At the end of his tether, as usual, he breathes softly. He burrows down deep, and he closes his eyes. He thinks, man, is this really what it means to be alive? He thinks the days go past like pictures on a screen. Sometimes I feel like my life is someone else's dream. Most days I'm dazed, walking round, I'm working, talking, perking up, but always feel I can't be certain that I've woken up at all. Is this life? Will this pass? This feeling like I'm looking at the world from behind glass, even when I'm laughing hard or falling on my arse, or half plastered before it's even dark, or when some hard bastard barges past. When I'm passing my targets at work, I can't shake the feeling that life hasn't started. It's worse in the evenings at parties. I'm standing apart, my heart's hard, I can't hardly be heard. Still I'm harping on, barking out words. Is this me? Is this what I'm doing? I know I exist, but I don't feel a thing. I'm eclipsed, I'm elsewhere. And the worst part is, I don't think that I care. What am I gonna do to wake up? I know it's happening, but who's it happening to? Has this happened to you? I know it's happening, but who's it happening to? Has this happened to you? I know it's happening, but who's it happening to? Has this happened to you? I know it's happening, but who is it happening to? Has this happened? I try new things. I shoot films on my phone. I play them back when I'm alone. Did that happen? I walk around trying to understand every sound, trying to make my feet connect with every inch of ground. The sky flattens my cap, battens me down. Everything's in its category, package and sell, flattering girls, battle reality, this is battle royale. Everyone's chattering, but nothing is real. Collect my salary, cooking a meal, rice and vegetables, I exercise regularly, but how that I feel, whistle a melody, is this all that's ahead of me? I always thought that life would mean more to me eventually. I hate to think I'll make it to 70, potentially 75, and realise I've never been alive. Spend the rest of my days regretting, wishing I could be forgetting. No, it's happening, but who's it happening to? Has this happened to you? I know it's happening, but who is it happening to? Has it happened to you? I know it's happening, but who's it happening to? Has this happened to you? I know it's happening, but who is it happening to? And what am I gonna do to wake up? What am I gonna do to wake up? Just 2 doors down from Bradley. And the old ramshackle house with the broken down porch and the novelty doorbell. Zoe plays her music low. She's got a bottle on the go. All her stuff's in boxes. It's been a long night packing. Her clothes are in black bin bags. Blue tack greases the paintwork. Zoe's like, man, what the fuck is all this stuff? There's the road sign stolen from Quick Shag Street. Shirts and skirts, posters, CDs, comedy coaster, broken TV, birthday card that her sister made in a distant past when she turned 13. Hair stuff, books, love letters she can't bin. Outside, the night. Inside, the last hurrah. Oh, there's her limited edition Air Max 110s. Right next to her Che Guevara bust, complete with his ornamental glass cigar. Now, for years, Zoe's landlord never fixed the shower, and the mould kept on growing up Zoe's kitchen walls. He'll do it up nice now, sure, he'll repaint it, because he's tripled the rent, and he's going to get it and all. Zoe's only got a few hours left to get her room all packed and clean. She goes to the window, she lights up a smoke. She looks down at the street. It's 4:18. She thinks the squats we used to party in are flats we can't afford. The dumps we did our dancing in have all been restored. Pints are up £2. The staff are beautiful and bored. You think it's coming up round here? It's falling on its sword. It don't feel like home no more. I don't speak the lingo. Since when was this a winery? This used to be the bingo. I've walked these streets for all my life. They know me like no other. But the streets have changed, and I no longer feel them shudder. All right, I get the gist. Whose city is this? It doesn't want us no more. I've had a glimpse into the future and it stinks. London's a walled fort, all for the rich. If you fall short, you fall off, and you know where the door is. Board up the broken, do it up, sell it back, make it bespoke. It's all out in the open, it's fine, really. Hike the price right up, and then smile with your friends in the posh new nightclubs. My streets have been dug up, repaved, new routes for commuters. My landscape has changed. I'm looking for the old graphs, the tags that once meant safe territory. But it seems every hieroglyph gets whitewashed eventually. And so I'm moving on. I've got it all to play for. And now I'll be the invader in some other neighborhood. I'll be sipping perfect coffee, thinking this is pretty good, while the locals grit their teeth and hum Another fucking one has come. And so I'm moving on. I mean, I've got it all to play for. Now I'll be the invader in some other neighborhood. I'll be sipping perfect coffee thinking this is pretty good, while the locals grit their teeth and hum. Another fucking one has come. All I see is luxury tenements, woebegone residents, redolent resin heads puffing on pleasure. Everyone's reckoning something is beckoning. There's never a minute, man, there's only forever. Towering tower blocks, scaffolding, rattling. The tube is a battering ram full of passengers, smashing its way into town. We are scavengers, smashing around in the sludge for our sustenance. Paradise party life, rubbing our shoulders into the mold. Yes, we do what we're told. We are Sisyphus pushing his boulder. Yeah, the kids are all right, but the kids will get older. Yeah, the kids are all right, but the kids will get older. Now up the stairwell, chip fat grey and London green with damp. Out on the 5th floor, where the wind grips your jaw and holds you in its clamp, there is a red door, bordered by mottled glass, and inside there is a lighted lamp. Pius lives here. Pius is tired, but she can't sleep. She twitches, wired. Pius lies beside a sleeping woman, a girl she barely knows. She met her in the pub. It was good, and it went the way it goes. The girl's name is Rose. Pius is lovesick for her thorn. Her thorn left her a couple of summers back. Since then, Pius is convinced she will never get warm. She thinks she has carried this woman stuck in her side since the very day that she was born, as if she dreamed of her and knew her shape long before she saw her form. But now it's 4:18, and Pius has been staring at the walls for fucking hours. She tells herself this is all her fault. Pius does not love. Pius devours. I can't sleep. So much to do. Trying to get closer to you when you're so far away. Trying to get hold of what's true when what's true isn't true when it's day. Please tell me, how can I sleep when there's so much to do? I'm trying to get closer to you, and you're so far away. All that I say and I do are things that you do and you say. How come I'm becoming the one that I'm running from, hunted by, slurring my words in the pub, feeling nervous and overexcited? Arms round the waist of a girl who might make it all right for a night. Yeah, she tears me to pieces. Then I lie beside her awake while she sleeps, and I feel much closer to you than I felt when you were still here. Spill beer till you reappear. I'm thinking of you and the things you do to me. I'm thinking of you and the things you do to me. Pain in my liver, okay, shame. So much shame, can't bear my frame. Can't bear this game, okay, can't bear this game, let's play. New rules, old rituals. Guilt trip, heartstrings snap. Want to, can't go back. Too much, not enough. I can't get your claws out my guts, and I'm thinking of you and the things you do to me. I'm thinking of you and the things you do to me. Wait, this is my mind, get out of it. You didn't want it. How come you're still hanging around in it? This is my body, let go of it. You didn't want it. How come you're still fucking controlling it? This is my night, get lost in it. This is my bridge, stop crossing it. This is my face, stop smiling. This is my space, you've been gone so long. How come I still have to find you hiding? Fighting me, I'm frightened. The night is dark, I'm frightened. Nightmares tighten my hands around my own throat. Because you're the snake charmer and I'm the old rope. No hope. Just go now, please, just leave. Still in the air that I breathe, I'm stranded. Arms outstretched for a body, anybody, here's a body, but I wake up and I can't stand them. I feel so grubby. Don't want, can't stop, just love me. Breath like a cigarette stubbed in the gutter. Come close, no wait, no, don't touch me. It's ugly. Push and pull, phone call, beep, beep. Looking through names for the one that feels the most dangerous. I can't believe you're in love again. I can't open my heart to anybody but strangers. And I'm thinking of you and the things you do to me. So here is our moment. Frozen. We have seen our 7 unmoving in their lonely homes. It's been 4:18, and dawn is still hours off yet. My God, and they are cold and listless. They're not quite sure that they even exist. Here, in this moment, slow and viscous, their lips are haunted by the ghosts of kisses. There is the endless saturation of the days, but here they are, and there is nothing moving but their breath. But watch now, as the breaking storm outside brings this frozen moment into action. The sky cracks into a wild-mouthed grin and unleashes all the water that it's carried, vapor, grown heavy, from every distant puddle, every lapping wave tip, every single churning river, anywhere is contributing to this rain. And the lightning rips the sky in half, charges up their hearts, and startles every rooftop into stark relief. And hour 7, they see their city new. So Pete, on his doorstep, he looks up, mouth agape, he drops his keys in shock, and he laughs, a howling, ancient laugh. Esther unleashes a strange bark into the silence of her kitchen. Gemma sits bolt upright in bed and stares at the rain as it smashes itself against her windows. Zoe puts her boxes down. Bradley reaches for his dressing gown. See it from above. 7 doors to 7 flats open at the same time and light the raining pavement. 7 broken hearts, 7 empty faces heading out of doors. Here's our 7 perfect strangers. And they see each other. And they're strangely dressed. 1 shoe and 1 slipper, socks falling off, slowly at first, tentatively, but then unhunching their shoulders, tipping their necks back, opening their bodies to this rain, this rain, this rain, this rain, and their hair is flattened down against their heads, or is puffed up madly outwards, and their hands are slipping from their cheeks and chins as they clutch their faces, open-mouthed. Amazing, they shout. Have you seen it? They shout, as they flock like children into the eye of a game, shocked and laughing, standing in it, standing in it, standing in it, standing in it, soaked to the skin. Indigenous apocalypse, decimated forest, the winter of our discontent's upon us. Indigenous apocalypse, decimated forest, the winter of our discontent's upon us. Desolate apostles slurping strongbow at the crossroads. We are nothing but an eating mouth, esophagus colossal. We will not stop until we've beaten down a planet into pellets before the interstellar mission to inflict more terror. It's killing me, it's killing me, it's filling me, I'm vomiting, it's still in me. Everything is fine, really, silly me. Poor kid shot dead, poor kid locked up, poor kid saying this is the future that you left us. Stocked up, lunch meat, processed punch from an unclean fat cat, tasty, tasty poison. Carcinogenic, diabetic, asthmatic, epileptic, post-traumatic, bipolar, disaffected, atomized. Thinking we're engaged, man, we're pacified. Staring at the screen so we don't have to see the planet die. What are we gonna do to wake up? Man, we sleep so deep it doesn't matter how they shake us. If we can't face it, we can't escape it. If we can't even face it, she's screaming, the drones turned a beautiful boy into a pile of bones. Nobody to bury, nobody is home. Running from war, the boat's full, the boat's sinking a mile offshore. No beds in the hospitals, our minds are against us. Imagine your daughter was gunned down defenseless on her way to school, there'd be uproar. But she's collateral damage, it never happened. Now if our kids are fine, that's enough for us. Can't love into a vacuum, there's got to be a limit. Welcome to the biggest crime that's ever been committed. You think you and I are different kinds, you're caught up in specifics. You and I apart are much easier to limit. The illusion's so complete, it's impossible to bring it into focus. Cinematic stock footage teaches people are locusts, so uniformed men keep unleashing explosives. What are we gonna do to wake up? I mean, we sleep so deep, it doesn't matter how they shake us. We can't face it, we can't escape it, if we can't even face it. Tunnel vision, tunnel vision. Work drinks, heartbreak. Can't face the past a dark place. Can't sleep, can't wake, sitting in our boxes, notching up our victories as other people's losses. Another day, another chance to turn your face away from pain. Let's get a takeaway. I'll meet you in the pub a little later, say the same things as ever. Life's a waiting game. When are we going to see that life is happening? And that every single body bleeding on its knees is an abomination, and that every natural being is making communication, that we are just sparks, tiny little parts of a much bigger constellation, minuscule molecules that make up one body. The tragedy, the pain of a person you have never met is present in your nightmares and in your pull towards despair. The sickness in this culture and the sickness in our hearts is a sickness that's inflicted by the distance that we share. They were our bonds that started this war, and now it rages at distance. We dismiss all its victims as strangers. These are parents and children made dogs by the danger, but existence is futile, so we don't engage. They were our boats that sailed, we killed, we stole, we made frail. They were our boots that stamped, they were our courts that jailed, and they were our fucking banks that got bailed. And it was us who turned bleakly away, looked back down at our nails and our wedding plans in the face of a full force gale. We said it's not up to us to make this place a better land. It's not up to us to make this place a better land. It can't be up to us because we don't know what to do. Justice, justice. Recompense, humility. Justice, justice. Recompense, humility. Trust is something we will never see until our love is unconditional. The myth of the individual has left us disconnected, lost and pitiful. I am out in the rain, it's a cold night in London, and I am pleading with my loved ones to wake up and love more. On a stage, in a theatre, in a town I've never been to, pleading with my loved ones to wake up and love more.